Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast, golden savanna bordered by a dense jungle, lived a graceful gazelle named Nia and a powerful tiger named Rohan. Nia was known for her speed and agility, darting across the plains like a whispering wind. Rohan, on the other hand, was the fierce ruler of the jungle, feared by many for his strength and sharp claws. Despite living in the same territory, their paths rarely crossed. Nia avoided the jungle, knowing it was Rohan's domain, and Rohan seldom ventured into the open savanna. One warm afternoon, as the sun bathed the savanna in golden light, Nia wandered too close to the jungle in search of fresh grass. Unbeknownst to her, Rohan was resting nearby, his sharp eyes scanning the area for prey. When he saw Nia grazing near the trees, his instincts flared. He crouched low, preparing to pounce. But just as Rohan leaped, Nia's sharp senses caught the faint sound of rustling leaves. She bolted, her slender legs carrying her across the savanna with incredible speed. Rohan gave chase, his powerful strides closing the distance between them. As the chase continued, Nia felt her energy waning. She veered sharply, leading Rohan toward a dry riverbed surrounded by tall, thorny bushes. With one final burst of speed, she leaped over the bushes and disappeared into the thicket. Rohan skidded to a halt, unable to follow without injuring himself on the sharp thorns. Panting, Rohan stared into the bushes where Nia had vanished. "You're fast," he growled, his voice low and grudgingly respectful. "But you can't outrun me forever." From the safety of the thicket, Nia replied, her voice steady despite her pounding heart. "Perhaps not, but speed is my only defense." Rohan blinked, surprised by her calm response. "Survival," he muttered, his tone thoughtful. "We are not so different, then." A few days later, a fierce storm swept across the savanna and jungle, bringing torrential rain and howling winds. The storm uprooted trees, flooded rivers, and forced animals to seek shelter wherever they could find it. Nia, caught far from her herd, stumbled upon a small cave at the edge of the jungle. She hesitated, entering the jungle felt dangerous. But the relentless rain left her no choice. As she entered the cave, she froze. Rohan was there, his golden eyes glowing in the dim light. For a moment, neither moved, each assessing the other. Nia's instincts screamed at her to flee. Rohan, surprisingly, did not attack. Instead, he shifted to make space. "You're soaked," he said gruffly. "Stay here until the storm passes." Nia hesitated, her legs trembling, but the exhaustion and cold convinced her to accept his offer. She stepped cautiously into the cave and lay down as far from Rohan as possible. "Why aren't you attacking me?" she asked after a long silence. Rohan glanced at her, his expression unreadable. "What's the point? Neither of us can survive this storm outside." Nia nodded, her respect for the tiger growing. "Then we'll share this space for now." As the hours passed, they talked, their initial tension giving way to mutual curiosity. Nia spoke of the savanna, her herd, and the constant need to stay vigilant. Rohan shared stories of the jungle, the challenges of hunting, and the responsibility of protecting his territory. "I never thought a gazelle could understand the life of a predator," Rohan admitted, his voice soft. "And I never imagined a tiger could show kindness." By the time the storm ended, they had formed an unspoken bond. Though their lives were inherently different, they realized they shared the same struggle: survival in an unforgiving world. After that day, Nia and Rohan encountered each other more frequently. Though they remained wary, their interactions grew less hostile. Nia would warn Rohan of dangers on the savanna, such as hunters or traps, while Rohan would guide Nia to hidden water sources during droughts. Their unlikely friendship became the talk of the savanna and jungle.